Hey guys, good morning. It's Jennifer. It's Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019. I apologize for not getting the cards out yesterday, but I just was not physically feeling completely up to par, and I wanted to make sure that it was very clear, the reading, because I feel like there's some important energy happening right now. So I just wanted to be enough. I wanted to feel better. I just physically didn't feel very good yesterday. So anyway, that being said, I wanted to make sure that the message was clear and that it was a good message. And so I wanted to be at my best to be able to bring this message to you guys today. That being said, I feel like there's a lot of big energy right now. And it's almost like we're on a new level. And what I was seeing this morning, as I was meditating with my guides and kind of figuring out like where are we at now and what's really going on and what did the eclipses bring and all of this kind of stuff, right? Like I'm just like, okay, where am I going? What can I tell everybody? For what's the message for my Patreon, my members? How do I help them in this current energy of what's going on? And one of the things that came up is they showed me almost like if we were on a skyscraper, like a big, building with all these different stories. It's almost like collectively we went to the next story. So like for like like if you were on the first floor, you've done everything you need to do. Like if they're showing me almost like a cleanup crew. Like if we're the cleanup crew that comes in and does all the work on the floor, like we just finished that floor, and so now we're moving to the next floor. So it doesn't really matter which floor you're on. It's just that everybody just kind of got bumped up a level. So now we're doing things on the next level. Okay. So this is coming up in different ways. So one thing that they've been saying for the last few weeks is get back to the basics. I can't remember if I put this on Patreon, but I know that if you're in the higher tiers of membership, I know we've talked about this in the membership groups about getting back to the basics. What does that mean? That means anytime I talk about us as a whole being, I talk about us as emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and galactic, because all of those energies combine to create the spiritual being that we are. Okay. What are you doing emotionally that needs to be cleaned up? Are you giving yourself enough rest? Do you need to drink more water? Like all of the basics. Like, do you need to work out? Maybe you need, 10 minutes on a treadmill, or maybe you need to take a walk around the block, or maybe you need to go outside and put your feet in the grass, like whatever that is. Are you eating healthy things for your body? Emotionally, are you dealing with your emotions? Are you choking them down? Are you having prayer and meditation time? A lot of too spiritual and galactic is spiritual hygiene, right? So are you checking your energy and your aura every day? Like, I know one thing that's been really big, and one thing that I know that I can say is like, if you imagine an animal when it's been through something traumatic, like it will literally shake until it settles down. So sometimes you literally have to shake it off, like shake off the energy. That's why working out is so important. It's not like, I know it's great for health benefits too, but sometimes you've literally just got to shake off the energy, like get up and shake your arms and your legs and move and allow the energy to just kind of come off, and imagine anything that's not in the highest vibration, like going into the earth for transmutation to like, let it block out, let it kind of settle, so to speak. So dancing is good, music is good, singing is good, because when you sing, it vibrationally releases energy inside your physical body. So any of those kind of things that are hygiene. So like we all know we need to shower, we all know we need to brush our teeth. Like those are basic physical things that we do. Energetically, spiritually, we also need to have a hygiene practice. So it can be as simple as when you take a shower in the morning, imagine divine light coming through the shower head, washing everything away, like washing the energy away, clearing your energy. If you like to meditate, do a 10-minute meditation where you go through your chakra centers and your energetic space and just check your aura and clean everything out. You know what I mean? It can be as much as you want it to be. It can be 30 seconds of, hey, I'm going to check my aura, bring in divine light, clear everything out, whatever. Or it can be a 30-minute meditation, like whatever works for you. It doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is the intention behind it. Okay. The other thing that I know that personally I've been called to do is to get back into a better routine, because I used to have a really good set routine. And again, it doesn't matter if you do it, in first thing in the morning when you wake up, or if you do it at noon during your lunch, or if you do it at night before you go to bed. It doesn't matter. We could do it at 2:00 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter when you do it, but we've got to get back to the space of being intentional about our spiritual life, about our growth, about our life in general. Like, what are the goals that you want to do? Where are you? Because I know personally, I've kind of just been like living in the moment a lot lately, which is really good, but also I'm not intentionally creating my life to go in a certain way right now, which is fine. Like, we all go through phases, and that's been fine. But one thing I personally have been being led to, and I've talked to a couple other people, so I know it's resonating with a few others too, is getting back to intentionally creating what we want in our daily life. So that being said, I went ahead and I pulled cards today, and there's 5 cards, and I'm hearing that whenever I was looking at it, I was hearing that to pick 3 out of the 5. So if you just imagine in your mind, like, which ones you resonate with or whatever, just, you'll know which cards are resonating with you. But I also like to always get a little bit of ahead and just pick, like, okay, which ones am I going to resonate with? So just choose whichever ones resonate with you. No right or wrong, but just pick the cards that you feel like you're going to be drawn to, because I feel like that's where the biggest message is. That being said, like always, these messages always overlap. And so even if you think card 2 is not for you, like, there may be some hidden gem in it that is actually for you. So it's interesting what I'm pulling up, because not surprised at all when I pulled these, but also it's really big what the energy is about. So the first card I got says Transcendence, and I'm using the Kyle Gray cards, the Keeper of the Light. It's a newer deck that I have. So the first card is Transcendence. The second one is Love and Acceptance. The third card is Experiencing Grace, and that was the one that's in the middle. And I just feel like that's really important, because everything revolves around when you allow yourself to experience and extend grace. So this is literally about embodied grace right now, this time that we're in. The fourth card is Magic Manifesting, and then the Cosmic Gateway. So when you put all of this together, I mean, this is like a spiritual, like angels singing moment. I know that sounds really crazy because the energy has been so heavy and so intense. And I will bring you back to, I know the people on this call are already at a space where you're probably not in the quote unquote shitstorm. You're probably experiencing things on a different level than everybody else. But that being said, those people that are choosing to be in misery are going to be in misery. And we've got to shine light and give them the opportunity without feeling like it's our responsibility to make them make good choices. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's about really allowing people to be in whatever space they're in, understanding that it's really hard for those of us that are on a spiritual path, who are in the space where we want to expand our life and where we want to make our life better and where we want to really learn to embody grace and where we really want to make our life good and we want to have the intentions of creating the life we love. It's hard for people who have that drive to see people who are miserable, but they don't want to change. And we have to understand that we can only help those people that need help or that want help. So it's kind of like the old saying of, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Like, you can show people the light. That doesn't mean they're going to accept it. But if they don't, you can't take that personal. That's their own spiritual journey. That's their own choices, those kind of things. So this is where the transcendence is about understanding that the steps are being given and that like we're in flow with the universe. Like, I almost want to move my body when I'm saying that. Like, it's really about being in divine flow. Love and acceptance, that card is about love. Like, love is literally, you are love, you are loved, love is yours. The card says recognizing your divine worth. Like, it's knowing that you, in divine truth, you are love or above that. Like, you resonate at a place of love if you choose to align with the divine. It's experiencing grace is what ties it all together. Like literally this is in the middle and it's what's tying it all together. And then magic manifesting. This is like, this goes back to what I was saying about where I'm being called to intentionally start setting goals. And it literally says on the card, your dreams, vision, and goals are becoming reality. So it's about being focused. So magic can't happen if we don't have a direction of where we want it to go, right? Like things can't happen because of free will, right? On this planet, we have free will. So we've got to have some intention when we're working with the universe to be able to bring those things to us. And then the last card is Cosmic Gateway. And it says, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So I do feel like a gateway is starting to open. I know we've talked about this before. I know it, like on one of the readings I said, I feel like we're at the edge of the cliff, and like we've got now until, like, I really want to say September for some reason, but we've got now until September to really start getting focused, to really start getting our dreams and visions and our goals and our ideas out on where we want to direct our life. Like, where are we going when we get to this big cavern where we're going to jump across to the other side, right? Or this big chasm or whatever, like big, whatever, this big hole, this big cliff that we're jumping over to the other side of. Like, where do we want that to go? And the universe is helping us by giving us this cosmic gateway to be able to do it. I'm just going to read the cards really quick to go through each one of them and see how they all tie together. So that being said, the first card is Lord Shiva, and it says transcendence. And this card says, rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. It says Shiva is one of India's trinity of male god figures. He is depicted wearing a cobra around his neck, representing his capacity to tame fear or the ego, surrounded by stars. So there's a break there. I want to make sure you guys see that. Surrounded by stars, showing his connection to the cosmos, holding a trident, acknowledging the three aspects of divine masculine power in India. I'm not familiar with these, the Hindu and Indian deities, but I love the message in this. So the divine masculine power is creator, preserver, and destroyer. It says he is known as a destroyer because of his warrior-like energy and ability to destroy fear. He is a facet of the divine father energy and offers paternal protection, support, and guidance. He is also acknowledged as the cosmic dancer because he helps coordinate the interaction between Earth and the cosmos. He has the capacity to help us move beyond the fear of failure into clarity and connection. Okay, so while I was talking about that, and I kind of got hung up a little bit on my own, like the destroyer part of it, like sometimes, okay, so this could be where if you feel like things are falling apart, know that sometimes they have to fall apart in order to come back together the right way. So, because as I was reading that, I kind of felt myself getting kind of caught up, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? And I literally, it's almost like sometimes things have to fall down in order to be built back up. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you feel like everything's falling apart, know that it's because it wasn't built on a solid foundation. And so this is giving you the opportunity to start over and really build something solid that's going to see you through. That's the message I'm getting. So then the extended message on this card says, Lord Shiva is with you right now to awaken your sense of connection to life itself. You are moving through a deep transition and things will be clearer from this point moving forward. Let's see. You will know exactly what you need to do and where you need to be. This is a powerful time as you will transcend the limitations that others have set for you. It is a time of innovation, ideas, stargazing, soul traveling, and soul revealing. Shiva, the Lord of the dance, is here with his sacred sound of Om to lead the way. Okay, so that's maybe why I was feeling like you need to dance. Like it really feels like the flow of the universe and moving. Like I feel like the biggest part of this card is moving with the universe, like moving in divine flow. The second card we got is called Hope, and it says love and acceptance. Love is yours, recognizing your divine worth, choosing loving thoughts. Hope is an angel who is dedicated to promoting the idea that we on earth are loved, cherished, and supported by the kingdom of heaven. She is all about helping us see the light beyond whatever darkness we are in, traveling as part of a holy trinity, faith, hope, and charity. She helps us recognize that hope isn't about wishing for something good to happen or help to arrive, but trusting that support is already present. Hope is the twin flame of Archangel Gabriel. She has a gentle presence, but she is absolutely glorious. She sings sweet harmonies to us that these songs are a wave of love, washing away anything that stands between us and self-love and acceptance. Okay, so I was just saying, like, sometimes you've got to sing. So singing helps energetically and vibrationally release things within. So even if you hum or if you sing or whatever it is, and maybe you just listen to the music loud, like whatever it is for you, but allow the energy of music to wash through you and help heal. The extended message on this one says, angels are gathering around you in celebration that you are finally willing to see how loving and lovable you are. Hope is here with her legion of love angels, guiding you to see that you deserve loving relationships, loving experiences, and loving acceptance from the world around you. I have to insert here because I feel like she's also saying, don't forget that you have to love yourself. Loving ourselves is literally the only way to truly learn how to love others. Like, you've got to get to a space where you can learn to love yourself first. Okay, so going back to the book, it says, it seems that you are really moving beyond the limitations that you once had, but know that whenever you do question your worth, you can call on hope to shine her golden light upon you. Your angels want you to know that they love and cherish you. They're grateful that you're giving yourself the same support. So, yeah, so really kind of get in that space of knowing that true love is also about learning to love yourself. And in doing so, you'll learn to love others in a whole new way. Okay, so Paul the Venetian is the middle one that's experiencing grace. And I don't know a lot about him either. I'm going to see what the book says, because the card itself says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of information and love are coming to you. I really do feel, though, that because it's in the middle, experiencing grace, like, is what's going to tie all of these things together. Like, I don't know if I've ever, when I've done the 5-card spread, I don't know that I've ever felt like the middle one was quite so important, but I feel like this is really what makes all of these other things come together. And actually, I do feel like now that I'm reading the full 5 cards, I do feel like all of them tie together, but whichever ones you were drawn to first, those are the ones that are going to hold the heaviest energy for you, or the not heavy in a bad way, but like the most impact for you. Okay, so this says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of information, or waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Paul the Venetian is said to be the ascended form of Paolo Veronese, a famous artist of the Italian Renaissance. The Venetian refers to the fact that he was connected to Venice, Italy. It is believed that on his passing in 1588, he had the opportunity to help humanity by sharing his lifelong wisdom. He is the keeper of the light who helps us accept our talents and hone our skills so that we can share the beauty of our soul with the world. He brings waves of good energy, grace, and encouragement, and works with all artists, musicians, designers, and anyone else who needs help channeling their talents. So I feel like for us on this call, this is helping you channel your divine purpose. So whatever that is for you, like, it could be that you're a healer, it could be that you're a writer, it could be that you're a really great mom. Like, there's no purpose that's too small. That's the one thing I really want to say in this, is there's no purpose that's too small. Whatever you're called to do in this moment is what you're supposed to do. That is your soul calling. So whatever that is, he's going to help you have the energy, the grace, and the encouragement to do what it is you're being asked to do right now. So the extended message on this one is, whatever creative ideas you're having at this time, they are inspired by the divine. Paul the Venetian is here to help you channel your gifts. You may have felt blocked or held back in the past, but now is the time to recognize how talented you really are. Follow your bliss and share your grace. Your creativity is a gift to the world, and as you share it with all those around you, you make space in your heart for goodness to enter. Recognize your gifts today and express yourself in a way that suits you. So again, nothing is too small. Like none of these quote unquote jobs or none of these things that you feel like is your sole purpose. I know a lot of times people downplay what they're called to do, but if you do it with love, then you're doing it well, if that makes sense. Okay, so Isis is magic manifesting. It says your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality, so stay focused. Isis is a strong, smart, and focused Egyptian winged goddess. According to legend, she was able to move from darkness to light and between the underworld, heaven, and earth. So she's able to transcend all of the realms. For that reason, she has come to us and she will help us move from the hell of our own fear into the heaven of our own love. She was also able to revive her lover from the dead. This powerful allegorical story shows how she can help us revive an aspect of our life or dream that we may have killed off with fear or lack of self-belief. With her magic abilities, Isis will guide us to bring our dreams to reality. The extended message on this is you are moving into a space where your dream reality is becoming your outward reality. This is an extremely powerful time, and it is vital to stay focused on the highest good of all. You no longer want to relive your own history and or feel unsupported. Acknowledging where you were once, acknowledging where you once were and how you have changed is a powerful focus of gratitude that will help you align with your universal abundance. Discipline and commitment are important now. Consider that you are moving between worlds when you daydream or create visions and bring life-enhancing ideas into reality. Magic is manifesting all around you. This is exciting. So I really like this card too, because this is what I feel like my guides were also saying, is that it's time to get more intentional. It's time to get intentional about being, it's time to get intentional about what we're doing each day. So again, no big deal if you've had, like, I literally feel like I've had some time off. I did go on vacation, all of those kind of things. But I do feel like in the last couple of days, it's like, okay, we got moved to a different location. I think most of you know on here that my husband and I are mobile. We actually live in an RV now and we travel with his work. So we got moved and it's like, okay, girl, you got moved. Like now it's time to get back on track. And it's not like I'm doing anything wrong. So if you're feeling that you resonate with this, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just time to get a little bit more intentional about things. Okay, so the last card is Horus. It says the cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Horus is the Egyptian eagle-headed god and sun twin flame of the goddess Isis. He is known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us to move into the cosmos with our mind, meditations, and prayers so that we can harness the natural magic that surrounds us. He was known for the ritual magic in the past and now helps create pockets of energy in the world where he can access light. Where we can access light, wisdom, and insight. If you are seeing the symbol of an eye appearing around you, know that Horus is asking you to become aware of how you're influencing the energy around you and how, in turn, it is influencing you. You are connected to the universe and have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets, drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and to accept it. You have a real opportunity to further that connection by now sending prayers and intentions out to the cosmos. So this is really about, I feel like when they're talking about transcending all the different realms, I feel like this is kind of what Melchizedek is starting to talk about for us, like, and starting to talk about in the last few messages that I've had, where it's really, really time for us to understand how much truth is in the ancient wisdom of being truly connected to the divine, being truly connected to that within us that is our divine nature. I always say we all have a little God spark, and when we can truly tap into that spark of divinity and live our life in agreement and in flow and in connection with the divine, when we truly understand our spiritual nature, we're able to transcend life in a different way. And it's understanding that life isn't just about being human. Although we're here on earth and we do have to experience, like, part of being on earth is experiencing contrast. So light and dark, good and bad, all of those kind of things. But when we can truly tap into that spiritual divine spark within us, when we truly understand that we have a lot of spiritual help around us, when we truly understand that we are supported by angels, and when we start living in that truth, magic can happen in our life. Like, everything can change, everything can become different, everything can become new. Abundance becomes more realistic, like all of those things. Anyway, I feel like today is a really good message, a really powerful message. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a message if you have any questions or comments, and I will talk to you guys all soon. I hope you're having a great day. The one thing I want to leave you with, and I feel like this has been coming up a lot, and I really feel like when we claim who we are. So I was just talking about this, but before I get ready to go, my guides are like, wait, you need to say this. So as we move into these new spaces, these new levels, the next level, the next floor, whatever it is, it's knowing that if you can claim for yourself that you know how you serve in the divine, like, you know what your purpose is, and not downplay the purpose. Like, if you're in the phase of life where you're a mom right now, that is your biggest purpose. If you're in a space where, as a wife, that is your biggest purpose. Like, there's nothing small in those quote unquote normal positions that we need. Like, that's part of us supporting the humanity, is by being in that space and loving those situations, right? So, and if you can claim for yourself that you know that you have a divine spark, like, in truth, in spiritual truth, you have a divine spark. And remember who you are, right? Like, I've told my kids this from the time they are little, like, you are the daughter or the son of a king. Like, when you know that there's truth in that, knowing that you are a spiritual being, and just understanding the freedom that comes in that, right? Like, embodied grace to me is all about freedom, right? So when you can bring that in for yourself, I think it really makes everything big. So I just want you to hear that I know who you are in truth. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Sending you lots of love, and I'll talk to you soon.